Invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I have the distinct honor to warmly welcome you all on board Nigerian Navy ship KADA for the combined flag of ceremony of exercises, Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo 2. I will be your compere for this remarkable ceremony. My co-compere and translator is Sub-Lieutenant Jadutan Mafualal. It is indeed my esteemed pleasure to, on behalf of the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, Admiralty Medal, wish you a memorable experience as the Nigerian Navy takes yet another giant stride in her quest to rid the maritime environment of criminal and illegal activities. The edition we are about to witness this morning, or rather to flag off this morning, is the 5th annual exercise in the Grand African Nemo series. Involved the Nigerian Navy ship KADA, the French naval ship Mistral, the Deep Blue Lagos, Nigerian Navy Air Arm and elements of the Special Boat Service. This amphibious exercise was so tagged because KADA stands for Crocodile, and the exercise will showcase the lift and beach landing capacity of the Nigerian Navy towards supporting maritime security operations. And this is the second in the series of exercise Crocodile Lift.
Les opérations de sécurité maritime.
At this juncture, sir, it is necessary to highlight the fact that for several months, a team of Nigerian Navy and French naval personnel have worked this. It's ideal that we gain insights into what the exercises hope to deliver. And who better to do this than the man on whose shoulders the planning and conducting of these exercises rest. On this note, I have the honor to humbly invite the officer conducting exercise, who is the Flag Officer Commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral M.M. Abdullahi, to the podium to give an overview of the exercises and a welcome address. The Flag Officer Command.
The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, Admiralty Medal. Please permit me to stand on a well-established protocol. I am Rear Admiral M.M. Abdullahi, the outgoing Flag Officer commanding Western Naval Command. My task this morning is to deliver a welcome address and also to bring you to speed as per why we are gathered here. Thank you, God, for being alive to witness this momentous occasion. Let me also thank you all for honoring our invitation to the Western Naval Command to witness the combined flag off ceremony of exercises Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo 2023 taking place on board Nigerian naval ship KADA. I also want to specially thank the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, Admiralty Medal, for giving the command this rare privilege to host this auspicious exercise. I want to assure the Chief of Naval Staff, our esteemed guests, observers, and every one of you here that the confidence reposed on me as the officer conducting the exercise and the entire command will be aptly justified. The special guest of honor, sir, distinguished invited guests, permit me to give an overview of the two exercises, starting with the exercise Crocodile Lift 2023, which is designed around a fictitious scenario bordering on piracy and hostage taking. The exercise Crocodile Lift 2023 is the second edition. The maiden exercise was conducted in November 2022. It's an amphibious exercise initiated by the French Navy aimed at sharing experiences with the Nigerian Navy, as well as practicing and testing both navies' practical skills and preparedness of personnel to tackle maritime threats like piracy and kidnapping within the Gulf of Guinea. It also aimed at testing the capacity of Nigeria's Maritime Operations Center to coordinate as well as to share information and intelligence with allied partners in a combined operations setting. Exercise Crocodile Lift 2023 is a single fictitious scenario exercise that will be conducted by the Task Group 23.1 in conjunction with the French naval ship Mistral in 4 phases, namely preparatory phase, movement, execution, and termination phase in a hostage rescue scenario. The exercise will be activated today, 9th October of 2023, and it will terminate on the 10th October 2023, which will mark the commencement of the second exercise, which is exercise Grand African Nemo. The exercise Grand African Nemo is an annual exercise co-organized by France in collaboration with some West African countries like the Togo, Benin Republic, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This exercise is aimed at contributing to the freedom of navigation in the Gulf of Guinea by strengthening the coordination of efforts against maritime insecurity. This year's exercise is aimed at creating a safe and secure maritime environment for shipping and other economic activities to thrive through the prevention of piracy, sea robbery, crude oil theft, illegal bunkering, and other forms of criminalities within the Western Naval Command area of responsibility. This is in line with the Chief of the Naval Staff's vision and mission statement, which is aimed at harnessing the full benefits of the Nigerian's maritime environment for the country's economic growth. At this juncture, permit me to state that this year's exercise will witness concurrent activities within the 5 maritime operation zones of the Yaoundé architecture. The headquarters, Western Naval Command, will exercise control over the exercise Grand African Nemo 2023 activities in Nigeria's waters. The exercise will involve a total of 5 Nigerian Navy ships, 2 Nigerian Navy helicopters, 1 Deep Blue patrol vessel, and 1 French Navy ship. Others include the Nigerian Navy Maritime Domain Awareness Facilities and elements of the Nigerian Navy Special Boat Service. This further demonstrates our collective desire to improve synergy in combined operations involving various stakeholders and nationalities. Let me also reassure members of the public that the Western Naval Command and indeed the Nigerian Navy will continue to ensure the necessary conducive maritime environment for legitimate businesses to thrive. The challenges in the maritime domain require more of collaboration and information sharing among stakeholders and other navies within the region. Hence, we request our partners in progress, particularly members of the press, to give the widest publicity to our operations and other maritime activities. We also wish to solicit that the public feel free to divulge credible information that will aid fight against all forms of criminality within our maritime domain. While anticipating utmost commitment and best conduct from all participants during the exercise, let me once again welcome you all to the combined flag off ceremony of exercise Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo. I wish the participating unit favorable winds and best sea experience ever. Thank you and God bless you all. Onward together.
The special guest of honor, sir, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, in consideration of the pivotal role played by the government of France and the French Navy in organizing exercises Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo, this morning we shall be opportune to listen to a message from the French representative in person of the French Defense Attaché to Nigeria, Colonel Julien Dujon. The DA, sir.
Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral KADA, the Consul General of the French Embassy in Lagos, Mr. Laurent Favier, heads of federal government, state-owned departments and agencies here present, representative of the service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, general officers and representative of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, commanding officer of the French Navy ship Mistral, Navy Captain Olivier Roussille, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. As we are about to launch the new edition of the famous Grand African Nemo exercise, I will speak today on behalf of my ambassador, represented today by Mr. Laurent Favier, the Consul General of France, and on behalf of the French Chief of Defense Staff, General Burkhardt, to say how much we appreciate and value the fruitful cooperation that has been developing these last years with Nigeria, and more specifically the Nigerian Navy in the field of maritime security, with the aim of supporting the development of the blue economy among the coastal states. Nigerian Navy has been engaged for many years in these fights against piracy, illegal fishing, and various forms of criminality at sea. achieving in 2022 outstanding results with a number of incidents that has now significantly decreased. On a more global scale, Nigeria has also played a leading role in the development of the Yaoundé architecture, which celebrates this year its 10th anniversary, especially by implementing the YARIS communicating and information system in order to allow a better sharing of information on maritime activity in the Gulf of Guinea among the various navies operating in the area and in connection with the French and British MICA and MDAT-GOG center based in Europe. In this context, the presence in Lagos of our landing helicopter dock Mistral in the framework of the CORAM mission and of the European Union's coordinated maritime presence appears today as a tangible sign of the confidence that is now established between our two navies. It also demonstrates the dynamism of our bilateral cooperation, especially with the second edition of Crocodile Lift, amphibious exercise that is about to start today. KADA 2023 is actually one of the last milestones of a series of trainings and courses that has been conducted by the Mistral in the last 4 months with the partners who have expressed an interest in such activities. And I would like to mention here the professionalism and the commitment of the 2 Nigerian Navy officers, junior officers, who spent recently more than a month on board the LHD Mistral. It is a very good illustration of the variety of training offers that the French Marine Nationale is willing to offer to the countries in the Gulf of Guinea, with the ambition of supporting the development of a safer environment for the maritime industry and regional trade, in close coordination with other international partners and organizations. I wish to all those taking part to this series of exercises every possible success, and I want to conclude by expressing my profound gratitude to our Nigerian counterparts for both hosting and participating to this ambitious exercise. Thank you very much.
Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to one of the high points of this occasion, which is the special guest of honor's remark. Without further ado, may I most respectfully request that the Flag Officer Commanding Western Naval Command kindly invites the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, Admiralty Medal, to the podium.
Of the French Embassy in Lagos, Mr. Laurent India. Heads of federal government agencies here present. Representatives of service chiefs and the IG, principal staff officers of defense and services headquarters here present, general officer commandings, flag officer commandings, and air officer commanding, members of the diplomatic corps, admiral superintendent, naval dockyard and naval ordnance depot, hydrographer of the Navy, commanders of other autonomous units that are here, commanders, commandants, and commanding officers of ships and establishments, commanding officer of French Navy ship Mistral, captains of industry, senior officers, officers, ratings, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you on board Nigerian Navy ship KADA today, the venue of the combined flag-off ceremony of exercise Crocodile Lift and exercise Grand African Nemo 2023. I wish to reiterate once again that exercise Grand African Nemo is a French Navy initiative in collaboration with the Nigerian Navy and other strategic partners in the Gulf of Guinea towards improving maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. This year's edition, which is the 5th edition of Grand African Nemo, will comprise several ships from the Nigerian Navy, 5 ships from the Nigerian Navy, namely NNS KADA, where we are now, NNS Aba, NNS Nguru, and Escano, and then the Deep Blue Lagos. Exercising together with French Navy ship Mistral. There are other naval ships of neighboring countries in the Gulf of Guinea, like Togo and Benin Republic, that are carrying out similar exercise in their waters. The exercise is actually a week-long exercise which will culminate into the workshop on the 18th of this month in Togo. This edition involves the deployment of both naval assets, air assets, and our SBS elements in a multifaceted scenario that have been merged together due to the overlapping timelines of the events. Similarly, exercise Crocodile Lift 2023 is the second edition of that exercise, which started last year, and is principally aimed at exercising our capability for conducting sea lift capabilities, which is one of our primary roles of the Nigerian Navy. Distinguished invited guests, permit me to stress that the security of the breaches in the Gulf of Guinea pose serious challenge to our national well-being. It is disturbing that most of the criminals in our maritime domain are targeting our economic lifeline, particularly issues of crude oil theft, illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, piracy, sea robbery, and other nefarious acts. A comprehensive approach is therefore required, such that it involves both national and international collaboration to mitigate the impact of the myriad of these maritime threats confronting the Gulf of Guinea nations. And this is one of the objectives of the Yaoundé architecture, which is designed at bringing a collaborative effort towards addressing security in the Gulf of Guinea as a whole. Let me reiterate that exercise Grand African Nemo is also in line with the objective of the Yaoundé architecture. The sustenance of these combined exercises aimed at ensuring that the security of the Gulf of Guinea will not be breached has remained a great priority to the Nigerian Navy. And that's why the Nigerian Navy has always made its fleet ready and available to take part in this exercise, considering the importance and importance of the exercise. We also wish that the exercise gives us opportunity to practice and exercise the fleet and the personnel, because we know that it is through such exercise in peacetime that we'll be able to get ready to address the situations when we meet the real challenge. Undeniably, exercise Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo, which have both become annual events, are some of the well thought out international exercises involving the Nigerian Navy. It is worthy to state that the exercises have further ensured effective collaboration against maritime insecurity for enhanced maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. The seamless coordination in the case of Monjasa Reformer on 27th March 2023, involving the Nigerian Navy ship and the French Navy ship, is a good reference to the essence of these exercises. These exercises have greatly enhanced our capability to work together in the Gulf of Guinea. It also enhances our ability to work together with our international partners, particularly the French Navy in this case. Overall, I am optimistic that the exercise will drive the attainment of my vision, which is to have a highly motivated professional naval force capable of shaping the security outcomes within Nigeria's maritime domain and the littorals, including land-based engagements in fulfillment of our national interests. Additionally, the exercise will further demonstrate Nigerian Navy's commitment with the objectives of the Yaoundé Protocol in ensuring maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea. Let me also express my profound appreciation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his continuous support to the Nigerian Navy, without which we would not have accomplished the great achievements we have recorded so far. My gratitude also goes to the Honorable Minister of Defense and the Chief of Defense Staff for their guidance and support to the Nigerian Navy. I equally appreciate the French Navy and the French Embassy in Nigeria, and of course the French Republic as a whole, for their continuous support and contributions towards ensuring the success of these exercises over the years. On the part of the officers and the ratings of the Nigerian Navy that are taking part in this exercise, the exercise gives you yet another opportunity to look back, to assess our capabilities, and draw lessons that will enable us improve our operational procedures and, if possible, doctrines. I expect a whole lot from the workshop, so please dedicate yourself and take ownership of this exercise, so that at the end of the day, the investment made by the French Navy and the Nigerian Navy in this exercise will be something that can be justified. On this note, I want to use this opportunity to thank you once again and to flag off the exercises Crocodile Lift 2023 and Grand African Nemo 2023. I wish all participants and organizers successful and peace-free exercise. Thank you once more. Onward together.
We will officially flag off these exercises. Exercise Crocodile Lifts and exercise.
I have the honor to flag off exercise Crocodile Lifts and exercise Grand African Nemo 2023.
Flag has been waved and it's official. Exercises Crocodile Lift and Grand African Nemo have been flagged off.